What up, Super Fun Force? Today we're gonna take a look at the Trunks Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball Evolved. Don't worry, his face is not missing and he's not being shy. I just cracked open the package real quick and let's take a look. And basically, the Dragon Ball Evolved line is probably like the cheap budget line from Bandai, and that's totally fine. The cards are nice, you know, I'm almost tempted to keep them just because they have nice colors behind this artwork. But, you know, I'm not really a card collector as much anymore. On the back, they show the figures. I'm not too fond of these. So let's just quickly go over the figure. But beforehand, I want to specify what I think about the line and this guy in particular. So, as I mentioned before, this is kind of the budget and the cheap line. When that's totally okay. I was actually contemplating getting the Gogeta because he has the kind of bluish, kind of shimmery, glowing, shiny hair. I think it looks great. And I think it's a good option for sure. They also have a lot of other ones in the line. I mean, maybe I'll pick up some more, but I didn't really want the Goku after a while because the body looks a little odd, the way that it's put together. You know, the cut here on the ab crunch, you know, the section for the upper chest and the lower abdomen. It doesn't blend in as much. I'm very picky, so if I see a figure that has that articulation, that's cool. Just needs to look more seamless, right? This one, so I'll get into this guy in a second, but this one is a good example of that. So there you go. They have a lot of cool figures. Like I said, I was contemplating even like, you know, the Vegito. They even got like, you know, Broly and Jiren and stuff like that. So we'll see. But this one was a must-have, again, super cheap. And the reason why I got this one overall is because it's very hard to find a Trunks figure that has like this outfit, you know, the Saiyan hair, this combination, the colors. It looks fantastic. Like I mentioned, I can forgive the chest crunch on this guy just because, you know, it is a kind of like the Capsule Corp jacket. And they segment it here. And since it's all kind of blue anyways, this didn't really bother me too much for the price. Now, I know I was also a little bit picky. So when I chose to get the Gamma 2, you know, Gamma 1, Gamma 2, I chose to get them without the cut just because their coat is so clean and smooth. But this one, you know, it has more like, you know, lines and breaks in it, whatever, and it's totally fine, like I said. But in a way, it does kind of detract from the figure because, as you can see, the kind of dark green strap from the sword, and then it turns into a light green. That's a little bit odd. I think the head and everything all pops off super easily, so it's actually cool. You can take off. It doesn't look bad either. You can take off the bandana handkerchief, but you know, let's just leave it on, of course. And the other thing is that the sculpts on these guys, like the faces, are a little bit lacking, but it's still passable, right? Like, it's still passable. This is pretty accurate art right here, right? So it's still passable. The main difference is that the hairstyle just lacks a little bit better sculpting, but it still works. Again, if you just look at it generally, like, it still works. It's a little bit darker, but you know, it has the same shorter hairstyle for the purple Trunks, which was one of my favorite characters growing up. As I was getting into the story. And like I said too, look, the detailing on the weapon back here is incredible. I like that this is a shiny sword taken out for the first time. Looks pretty clean. You know, there is some, looks like there's a little bit of some scratching and markings on it, so it's not perfect, sadly. But I do like the size, and it does have that, you know, like kind of shiny color paint to it. Wow, it just looks really cool. Yeah, getting this type of accessory with Trunks, this combination at this price point, like I said, you just can't beat it. So I still recommend it. I mean, obviously there's better looking Trunks figures, but this is a good start for sure. Maybe if I do get another Trunks from like Figure Arts, or maybe something else from Bandai or Tamashii, you know, maybe I'll get him, you know, like, I don't know, maybe there's like a long hair purple version of him, or just the regular purple. Sorry about that. Yeah, so otherwise, looks great. You know, there's good articulation, like I said. They don't really slouch on all that stuff, because as you can see, it's almost like it's a Figure Arts, right? You got the, so I'd say that is a downside too. They are cheaper, so this is definitely more for an adult collector because, as you can see, I'm just pulling it apart every which way. You can definitely pose it. So this arm is like stuck right there. I'll have to move that a little bit more. There we go. So you can like definitely pose it, but at the same time, oh, let me get this in there. Gotta get that back. You can't really like play with it a lot because it is a little bit loose, and as you can see, the more you are kind of forceful with it, it's easy to pop on and off, which can be okay. I mean, a lot of the Figure Arts and stuff like that have removable heads and hands, so I get it. So yeah, just be aware, this is not for like a kid's toy to play with. So if you're parents or you're thinking about getting this as a gift for somebody who likes Dragon Ball, you want to get them a more durable figure. This is more for a collector who wants to basically like, you know, pose it and not really like smash them up and like pretend to enact battles. It's more of like a piece that you want to display in different poses, which gives it more versatility than just like a standard statue or something like that. So other than that, those are all the details, guys. Again, I think it's totally worth it. Get as long as you're getting this for like, you know, $9, because it has great colors, nice articulation. The sword looks fantastic, and it's a pretty good resemblance overall. So there you guys go. That is the Dragon Ball Evolve Trunks. It's the so far the only one I've picked up from this line, but maybe I'll pick up one or two more depending. You know, so I like to kind of cherry pick between the lines, you know, whenever they have characters released across different action figure lines. All right, well, let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. Don't forget, keep your faith, say a prayer, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. I'll be coming back at you. Peace.